Hello, everybody. Let's talk about money and attracting overflowing money and attracting wealthy men and why perfectionism, you trying to be perfect, is literally blocking you from attracting overflowing money and wealthy men. Okay, by the way, today's video, this training is being added to my course Call in Your Millionaire, and it's going to be added as a bonus call. And you can also, so make sure to watch it within 1 or 2 days. And you can also purchase this course separately. I will put the link in the description box. I'm going to also make it for a few days, 50% off with my code, with the code ellie50. Okay. So if you liked this training and you want more of that, make sure to grab the Call in Your Millionaire course, which is all about attracting wealthy men, attracting overflowing money in your feminine magnetic energy where you can expand without exhaustion. Okay. And actually, this is just the last chapter. This is just generally a money training for every woman in whatever life area you are. So if you want a good course about money expansion, make sure to grab it. Okay, let's start with the training now. So, why being perfect is stopping you from attracting overflowing money and wealthy men? This probably will not apply to everybody, but it definitely applied to me, and I know it applies to a lot of my clients. So I'd like to add this bonus topic here. Most of you probably can agree to that, or maybe had a similar experience where you feel like things aren't perfect, so I'm just gonna not do it. Okay, so I've been, for example, traveling since the last month. So I'm still traveling. And it's on one side amazing because I experience a lot of things, right? But on the other hand, things aren't perfect. Okay. And let me give you an example. The gym that is in the hotel is just not perfect. I'm used to perfect gyms with all the equipments. I have like a specific plan, and I'm just used to using my perfect gym. And even if I wasn't used to that, like this is just what my brain imagined. Like I just want the perfection. And and I realized that because I want perfection, I would just do nothing, nothing at all for my body, for movement. Yeah. And then it actually, this realization came to me lately as well that why am I waiting for perfection? Why do I need the perfect gym? I can even do in my hotel room or whatever, I can do body weight exercises. I can do some stretches. I can do some yoga, Pilates. There are plenty of YouTube videos or courses I could purchase, right? I can even use the little bit equipment in the hotels, or I can search for a gym nearby or something like that. But I was just like, why am I waiting for perfection? Why for me it's everything either 0 or 100. I have to have like the perfect workout with the perfect gym. And again, this applies for everything. And you can just use this example for all life areas. But again, not everybody is going to be like me. I'm from the personality type more like either zero or like either nothing or all. But then I realized, no, I'm not gonna wait for perfection. Actually started doing some body weight exercises. And guess what? I got sore muscles and I already like see improvements. I started working out with like water bottles in my um room, or just like some body weight exercises, just holding exercises, and I I feel better, and it does has some effect. Okay. And why am I bringing this up? Because me working out is an overflowing thing. I am, even without working out, very happy with my body because I just eat very clean. Okay. So it's an overflowing thing. And the same applies for overflowing money. Okay. The same applies for overflowing money. And I just wanted to send you ladies a quick reminder that overflowing oftentimes is like harder than survival money. Why? Because when you are in survival, let's say, I call it kind of like the Barbie stage in my Calling a Millionaire course. You are, if you're if you're in survival, you are, even if it's not a perfect condition, you're gonna find a way. Like imagine you literally don't have, imagine you literally don't have money to pay your rent, okay? I know it's not very possible, but let's say imagine this somehow happens. You would immediately think about something, maybe sell some of your jewelry or something, because it's like an emergency, or you don't have money for like a big surgery of your dog or whatever. Okay, so people in the Barbie stage, which a lot of high achieving women are, we can make things work when we are in kind of like a need and survival. Okay, but this is not overflowing, this is a need. Overflow is always desire. It's always desire, and unfortunately pain and need has like more of this energy. Okay, and it also is a habit. So let's say that you have some kind of like big money need, you will come up with this money somehow. You might sell your jewelry, you might borrow the money, you might work extra hours for whatever reason, surgery, I don't, whatever reason that is. And I can definitely resonate to that. I've been through all stages um of money. I was in the first stage, the princess stage was always dependent on others. Yeah, I was in the Barbie stage where I would be like, okay, there's survival. I'm stepping up. I'm fixing everything. I'm making it happen. I'm freaking capable. And I also moved on to the queen stage and the goddess stage of expansion. And I'm right now currently still in the goddess stage and expanding, right? That's why it's just so much fun for me to talk about those topics. So it's really a mindset. But let's say that you need this extra money and you are on vacation even. You're on vacation. You have like 2 weeks off, but you just really are in survival, and you will make it work. You will work extra. You will sell something. Like you will just make it work. So I hope this resonates with you ladies, that it's about, if we're in survival, we never wait for the perfect moment. We just don't, right? We are just making it happen. Yeah. The cocktail bar can wait. You know what I mean? However, when we are wanting to, like, this is what I found in myself, and, just wanting to share with you ladies, just in case you are having the same thoughts. But if you, let's say, are on vacation or you're traveling and you just don't have the perfect environment, you don't have like the perfect situation, or there are just so many reasons. Maybe your sick mom is with you and it's just not the perfect environment. You're not even traveling. Okay, because I know that maybe this example isn't the best, because not everybody is able to work remotely like I do. Okay. But let's say you have small kids, or you have a mom who is sick, who lives with you. Or maybe even you are feeling sick. You yourself have like a chronic sickness, which I had in the past, like chronic fatigue. I had it in the past, yeah. And then saying, no, I'm gonna wait until this is over, only then I will do it, or not even doing anything, is gonna stop you from attracting overflowing money. Yeah, it's just gonna stop you because you're waiting for the perfect moment. And I do get it a little bit, and there are obviously limits. If your mom, who's sick mom, is in the hospital, you're not gonna be working, gonna be with her there, right? But there are obviously limits to that. Or if there's really something big going on, then yeah, then you spend your time on something else. But I'm just talking about, maybe you have, your small kids there, or your mom is there who is sick and you just don't have the best environment, to still make it work somehow, to still kind of like try to focus on the overflowing money. So what I'm just trying to share with you is that a lot of the times, if we are in the overflow, we are not even thinking to make it work. We think it's just not possible. Yeah. And again, there are limits. If you are right now, your mom or your child is in the hospital or is really sick, you really have to take care of them, do it. Yeah. But what I mean by that, even when, let's say you are in the survival stage where you really need money for something, there's a surgery going on, there is, there's just something coming up where you need money for, and your mom and your kid is in the hospital, you would still go, obviously. But I'm talking about those other distractions that you would drop if you're in survival, like going to the bar, going to the club, um, maybe just like trying to do your makeup perfectly or whatever that is, you would drop them. I would like to ask yourself, how come you can drop those things when you're in survival for earning money, but you can't drop those things when you are in overflowing money? Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments. And again, it's about balance. I'm not saying you never go to the bar, you never go to a restaurant, right? Like you get to be in balance. But I just wanted to remind you, ladies, that if you're overflowing money, you should make it work. Because if you would be in survival, you would have made it work. 100%. People just make things work in the worst environments. They don't have support from family, they don't have government, they don't have infrastructure, they don't have like a good law, or they maybe have crime in the country, whatever's going on. But people make it work if they are in need, when they really have to make it work to survive. They make it work. Okay, so whenever you feel like, right now it's just not the perfect timing, there's just so many things going on, please to try to find a solution. I'm going to share with you one example of one of my clients. So she is a coach as well, and she said that she is currently living with her mom. Yeah, so she's living with her mom, and she says she doesn't have the perfect environment because she just feels uncomfortable, her mom being there, and her mom just like listening to whatever she coaches people. She's a new coach, yeah, so I get it. And right now, coaching is overflowing money for her. Yeah, it's just overflowing money and she doesn't have to do it. It's just uncomfortable to go out of the way. And I asked her, okay, this is overflowing money, but it's nice to have overflowing money. So I asked her, let's find a solution. Because if you would have to work because you needed that money from your business, you would either just ignore your mom there, that she's there and listening whenever you are working, or you would go to a coffee place, to a restaurant, you would rent an office, you would ask all of your friends if you can go to their apartment while they are out working and maybe rent it a little bit, or help them with something else. That there's just millions of solutions to make things work. But we don't think about it if it's in the overflow. We always wait for the perfect moment. I mean, I for sure, and for whoever that applies, gentle reminder to not wait. Yeah, to remind yourself, okay, I'm gonna move up with my life. I'm gonna expand. I'm gonna have more money. I'm gonna continue receiving overflowing money. I'm gonna continue attracting my dream man or making my relationships better, even in this environment. And honestly, this lesson is one of the most important lessons for any successful person who is attracting wealth, overflowing love, to not wait until it's perfect, but to really make it work. Okay. So as I mentioned, the example of my client who kind of like was like, no, I'm just gonna wait until like I get married and then I'll start my business because my mom is listening. And I get it. If like her mom would be sitting next to her and watching like her like this and criticizing every word she says, there's a limit, right? But even then, if she really had to work to earn money, right now it's overflowing what she's doing, she would find a solution. She would go to a coffee place. She would ask all of her friends to if she can use their apartment during daytime when they're gone. Like there's just so many solutions. Or she would even work while her mom is sleeping. Yeah. So thousands of solutions, and I want to encourage you ladies to not wait for the perfect moment, but to actually look for solutions. How can you make things work in whatever environment? Even if other things are going on, even if you have to hold multiple projects. Sometimes it's not even environment like your mom being around you. Sometimes it's also multiple projects. Yeah. And I'm right now facing that too. Multiple projects of like traveling, but also working. And obviously, again, there is a limit of ability. Sometimes when you are just like in an airplane, you can't be working, right? You're just simply traveling. However, again, there are moments where I can be working, but I'm just like not doing it because it's just not the perfect environment. Yeah, because it's just overflowing money. I don't need to work. I don't need to do this. No, I get to find solutions. I get to find ways, and I get to continue what is my passion, what's my heart and soul calling, even handling um multiple things in life. Why do I have to sacrifice one? And the same thing comes to, having a family, having kids. So many times women also say that, I cannot have it all. I cannot have both because I cannot hold both. Yes, you can. You have to really just find ways and you get to, even if there's distraction in your life, again, as I mentioned, small kids, your sick family members, maybe you're traveling, maybe you are moving houses, whatever distraction there is, obviously give it an appropriate amount of time and energy. But at some point, try to find a solution. Try to make your life better, even no matter what circumstance. Okay. Try to brainstorm and start to be willing to take actions. And I want to give you one more example with dating. So one of my clients was telling me that she's just not ready for dating. She's just not ready. She's just not ready. Okay, actually, this is many of my clients was telling me this. I'm just not ready for dating, especially millionaires. Like, I'm just not ready. Why are you not ready? Because I'm overweight. I have to first lose the money. Sorry, the money. I have to first lose the weight, and then I can be dating millionaires because right now I can't do it. And I really had a talk with her. Like again, is attracting a husband for you, and especially a wealthy husband, a overflowing need, or are you like, if it doesn't happen, like it's just something bad gonna happen? She's like, no, my life is good. It's overflowing. Again, the overflowing field is most tricky, especially if your life is good. Attracting more money and love is tricky, but it's possible. You just have to know those tricks. And again, I'm putting so many of lessons like that in my course, Calling Your Millionaire. So if you want to attract love and money, wealthy men, make sure to join this money mindset course. Okay, so I asked her, how come that you say that only then you can start dating? Yeah, because right now I'm not perfect. So I was like, so do you really believe that because you're not perfect, you cannot find anyone who loves you, who accepts you for who you are? And she was like, actually, maybe I can. Maybe I can give it a shot. She gave it a shot, and guess what? She was engaged within 6 weeks of working with me one-on-one because that was her limiting belief, that was her blockage, and it was just so hard for her to spot it and even to believe in herself that she can have what she wants right now with this circumstance. And again, I told her, if you want to lose weight, do it. Do it for yourself. Do it for your health. Stop waiting for the perfect circumstances. Or sometimes women say, oh, I want to focus on my career first. I just want to, focus on my career and do this first, and then I'll be ready for dating. Okay. My question is like, I get it. Okay. I really get it. But if you can have both, wouldn't you want to have both? And oftentimes, because it's like overflow, and oftentimes my clients say, yes, I actually would like to have both. Okay, but they don't believe that they can have both. They believe they can either have a career or a husband. Okay, why can you not have both? Yes, you can have both. Okay. So no, even if you are a busy, successful woman, this is your circumstance and your life is good, right? If you would be right now, for whatever reason, you would need a man right now, you would need a husband. I'm very sure, even with your circumstances, let's say someone's overweight or whatever is going on in their life, you would find one. Okay, you would just find one. You would put in the effort, you would work through that. But if it's an overflowing desire, your life is good, you're happy, but you would just like to have divine union. You would like to have a husband. You would like to have love in your life, someone you can share everything with, someone you can travel with, someone you can even just start a family with. And you're just like, that's too much. Like he's just gonna distract me from work. Like I can just have one. Why can you only have one? No. You get to find solutions. You get to try and you get to hold multiple things of your life. It's actually a more masculine trait to just like do one thing, yeah? Just focus on love, just focus on career, just focus on this. Like men really love to just focus. However, in my experience, women are not really happy to just have career, to just have love, to just have kids. Like a lot of women that work with me, they want to have it all. They want to have career, they want to have kids, they want to have travel, they want to have everything. And I'm the same too. I want to have everything, everything and anything at once. But for that, I myself had to learn the lesson of making things work and finding solution even in not perfect scenarios, and also being able to hold two or three things at once, changing plus working plus traveling. And how do you do this? How can you hold two, three, four things at once? By making things work even if it's not perfect, okay? By still taking action even if things aren't perfect, and by having some kind of like timetable. Yeah. Like when you have multiple things going on, and again, I would fall into this trap too, that okay, if I remember when I was like years ago launching my I was launching my master classes for a few days. I would not do anything else. Yeah. So it's about time management. Okay, a few hours you do your work, then a few hours you might work out, a few hours you might take care of your family members, yeah, whoever that is, your husband, kid, mom. Yeah, so having a time management. I always share with my clients to have like a calendar. You can have like a Google calendar and you put those blocks inside. These blocks is about self-leadership, and these blocks of time management is not about you now having a boss above you and you have to do whatever you've written in your calendar. No, it's supposed to help you hold multiple things at once. And again, there is a limit to multitasking. I am actually a more fan when you're focused, but that's why you put in your calendar, okay, right now I focus on work. Right now I focus on working out. Right now I focus on spending time with my family members. And yes, maybe it's not perfect. Maybe for your work, you don't have the perfect environment, but you can still make it somehow work. Okay. Maybe for, um, I don't know, maybe for your workout, like me, you don't have the perfect gym, perfect equipment. You can still make it work sometimes because honestly, you are in overflow. And whatever you're gonna do in this overflow, you're gonna receive it as a cherry on top. It's not like you need the perfection. But so many times we think, like I was thinking, oh, I need the perfect gym and the perfect equipment to have the perfect results. Yep, but if I don't do anything, guess what will happen? I will have no results. So why don't I do something to have a little bit, right? Same as with work. If you are in the space of overflowing, okay, it's not gonna be like the perfect like you wanted it to be, but you can do at least something and you're gonna have some results. Isn't that better? It's overflow for a reason because you don't need it, but you get to have the cherry on top in your life. And with time, you get to expand that overflow. Maybe things stabilize, you get into a routine. Maybe maybe you even drop a few things intentionally. Maybe you say, okay, for example, right now I'm traveling and I am managing work and travels to end my workout, let's say. Not so end moving a little bit here and there because I move a lot while traveling. Okay, but maybe if I have small kids, I would travel less because I would just drop one or two things, yeah? But basically, my encouragement today, let's recap it, is about you trying to find solutions, yeah? Not just waiting for the perfect moment because they never arrive. And you just trying to find solutions, find ways where you feel like there's no way because it's not perfect. One example of that would be imagine actually people in Asian countries are really good at that. Like imagine like the main road is stuck. You can't like you can't drive, it's just stuck, there's just some traffic. And then imagine you have like a scooter and then you just like take another road, or maybe you just walk and you take another road. Okay. So I know technically in real life it's not always that possible because there are no other roads, but sometimes it is possible. So just try to see, is there another way? Can I move? Can I travel? Can I drive another way? Or do I have to be stuck in this traffic and just wait until it's perfect and I have to go this way? No, you can take another road a lot of the times. Just like I gave you the example with my one-on-one client who has a coaching business and she doesn't have her own space at home. She can find another way. Have an office, go to a friend's house, go to coffee places, yeah? And you get to do this too. Even if you're busy at work, even if you are a highly successful woman, have no time, you can still date. You can have maybe 2, 3 hours every week for some dates, and you can make sure you filter those guys correctly by having lots of phone calls while you do, I don't know, your yoga or something else. Okay. So this is actually one of the ways that a lot of my clients do it when they're very, very time limited. You just do phone calls and filter out those guys and have 2, 3 spots per week to meet them in person and just make sure that they are good. But you already ask those questions if they are matching your love list or not on those phone calls. And yeah, they don't take extra time from you. So you see what I mean? You're gonna make it work. And when you start looking for solutions, you have to be a little bit proactive because I know it's just easier to not do it because like in my case, I'm happy with my body right now the way it is. It's just a bit lazy to find a solution because, if I work out, it's just overflowing. Okay. Or even also in my case, I'm right now really in overflowing in all of my life areas. It's just easier to not work. It's just easier to not come up here. It's like, and talk to you guys because I'm like, I don't have my perfect um studio at home. I had like multiple screens, 5 lights, extreme perfect silence. I don't have my perfect recording studio. Okay, so what? I get to show up. I get to do what I love. What is my soul's purpose? To help and coach women, right? And I get to still be happy, still serve the world, and still attract overflowing money by giving value through my course, right? It's a win-win for everybody. And why not? Why not? I have enough good circumstances to do it. Maybe I don't have like a perfect whole room set up recording studio with like professional camera, 5 lights, for 2 screens, super silent, whatever. But I get to do things. I get to do overflowing things for myself. And this is actually what really, really was one of the biggest reminders. It was actually because I was doing it before, um, recently, where I started just like traveling the world and exploring, and yeah, I get to do it. I get to have it all, and you too, my lady. So always make sure to find a way, even though it might need a little bit proactivity. And if Sorry, ladies, I lost you, but I'm back. So focus is important for your success. However, you can focus on multiple things, not at once, but having like this timetables. Yeah. Good. So that's all. I hope that it inspires you to just make things work in the overflowing zone, even if they are not perfect. Because remember, people always make things work when they're in survival. So why don't we make this work when we are in overflow? Okay, good. And again, this was the one of the bonus calls for my course, Calling Your Millionaire. Okay. Um, Calling Your Millionaire, I'm gonna quickly make an announcement what it is right now 50% off with the code ellie50. Make sure to grab it. The link is in the description box. And this is the money mindset course that you need. It's not only talking about mindset, but it's talking about embodiment of the stage of life that will give you the money. Okay. And no matter where you are, if you're right now feeling kind of dependent on your parents or on your partner and you want to be a more self-sufficient woman, I have a module for that. If you're right now, which most of my clients are a very high achieving, highly ambitious woman, but you feel like a little burned out, exhausted, and you also feel